Over here at Epic Guitar Instruction. I had to stop myself. I'm getting kind of carried away. We're going to have a good time with Testify today by Stevie Vaughan. We're going to focus on the main themes of this song. We're going to get all the cool little solo bits that are really important to keep that theme together. We're going to show you how you can hit all those points, jam away at home, and cover one of the coolest instrumental songs in blues guitar in a long time. One thing that I want to make sure and mention is we're in standard tuning for instructional purposes. He, of course, is tuned down a half step. He's got some heavy gauge strings on there. I'm using 10s, I'm in standard, and we're gonna still have a great time and get all the tones that we need. So let's take a look at this. We're gonna work through E positions, and we're gonna climb up chromatic here, all centered around what we love here with this kind of Hendrix type 9 chord. So if I go, that's gonna be my little walk up. So I'm thinking 7th fret on the 6th string. That's the way that I'm going to walk into this. Now, I'm going to bring in a little bit of a wider arm motion for some good percussiveness that we can achieve with the guitar as well. Now, I learned a lot of this wide range arm movement and things like that from a song just like this. As I climb up, it's all about the muting. And this is something I get asked a lot about with my students, is how do I control this wide range motion and mute some of these notes with my left hand? So look at, as I strum just this low 6th string, how much I'm blocking all of this. Every string and finger has its own grab that is in the wheelhouse of yourself. So what I mean by that is you're going to grab it your own way. But it's very important that you execute it in this type of a fashion where you're comfortable enough to when you're playing a note with your 3rd finger, you can mute all these out, even if it's on the low string, and you are okay and not going to have any excess noise. So if I go, now look at the 1st finger, it's kind of changed. My middle finger almost kind of covers the top here, but this is blocked all the way to hit this. This is a very significant part of the sound of the riff. Look at the middle finger has a different grip. The 3rd finger has a bit of a different grip. So my point to you is, when you have a riff that goes like this, sure, that sounds like it, but we want to really feel like the song. And he would throw in some of those in there. A little bit of vibrato on the chord. All of these things help and add to a really good collective for this riff. Now, as I have worked out my movie, so that's going to be 4, 5. We're working up there 4 all the way up to 7. That's our riff. Starting from the 7th fret 5th string. There we go. One more time leading out of that, we have this riff. Notice I have 2 hits on that particular note, which is on the 6th fret, 6th string. So that's leading slowly. And that is going to be 7 and 8. Now the main theme of our E minor pentatonic soloing is going to start off on the 3rd string on the 14th fret. Here is our melody. That's going to kick us off. That's how we're going to start off this song. Right, a nice bend on 14. We're going to flatten our 1st finger to cover those 2 strings on the high end. Watch as my pinky comes over, holds the note, bends. I go to the high string, and I finish on my lick. That's how we start off that song every single time. As we go to the next lick, another traditional kind of Chuck Berry lick, but going in and bending on the 15th fret, high E string. So, this is how we're going to divide this up. We have the riff that takes us in, right? Now, let's talk about the theme and the style of soloing in the vein of Stevie with this particular song, so we don't feel like we're going to lose too much of what we have going on. So, as we go through a song like this, we're going to encounter some great things that basically get us structured for rock soloing. And getting into understanding that is very, very important. And we have something that can help you out. If you see that link below in the YouTube text box, all you got to do is click on that link, and you're going to get a really cool ebook and a free video on understanding how to solo. And that ebook has everything in it. It has scales, has pentatonic scales and diatonic scales, great exercises, and everything that you need to just get started in understanding how you can solo in this kind of a way. And as you learn this song, it'll only help you to have that much more information. So again, that's free, and it's in that text box below. Just click on that link. You're going to focus on a lot of soloing that has these kinds of bends. A lot of double stops coming off that first finger. And when you're keeping this feel, another lick. Now, let's talk about this feel. Now, I'm not playing anything with my left hand, just muting like this. Now, for all of you that are fans of this song, you know that that theme comes up a lot in this song. What we're doing is my thumb is coming over the top here. My third finger is going to hit on the D string on the 14th fret, and I'm going to pivot. Notice all that movement between the 6th string and the 4th string. So, this is all I want you to practice to feel comfortable like you're playing the song. Because I'm going to take this and I'm going to ease in those other licks, keeping us in the theme of the song. In my mind, this song kind of works because it's instrumental, right? And I believe this is a cover. So what he's doing is he is himself kind of summing up this melody in his own style. And that's what we want you to do, is we want you to sum up these melodies in your own style. So you have themes and licks that are based off of this kind of muting approach off of your first position of your pentatonic. You're going to have other licks that come in the first position. Just going to show you one really cool lick that I think is kind of a must-know from this song. We're going to work in the first position thinking of pentatonic licks using that scale. So we have a really big, tremendous bend that happens on, I just think that's the coolest thing ever. You bend on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, you hit the high strings. It's a good way in, right? You can use that for a lot of things. Now, we have all kinds of cool videos all over the place that talk about licks that we can play here, but you're thinking of licks that are centered around this theme. Where you're going to play notes with the 3rd finger on the high E string or the B string off the 3rd fret. You're going to focus on this. It's like your focus scale, so to speak. So what I want you to practice is anything that has a variation. Anything of that. Using the blues note. Those are cool things that we can play around with. And if you're thinking of this, it's just enough to try to do that. I mean, that's all you really need, right? When we're playing and trying to emulate such a wonderful, inspirational guitar player, I mean, we're just looking for the cool parts that we can take into our playing and not feel like we have to get the whole thing. Now, another one that I think is really, really cool is how he would play off of that section of your third minor of pentatonic. It's really great. Using that note to benefit, right? I got two E's going on there. One on the 5th fret, one on the 6th string. So I have... Now I'm going to go to the 5 chord. Now watch how I did that. That's a pretty cool Stevie kind of a thing. First finger, octave, back to the first finger, thumb. Notice where the thumb comes into play there. That little transition. Thumb. I would practice just that. Thumb. And you can see where the thumb comes back into play there. Now, each time I kind of vary it a little bit, right? But I'm thinking of this. All right, cool chord transition there. E, A, muting, muting, covering those on the high string. So we get a good whipped up right hand and we have some fun rhythms. Off of this theme, I will complete this by playing this. Third form of your minor pentatonic, if you want to continue soloing in that section. 5 chord, E, 4 chord, 1, 5, back to our little theme. Those are the key points that I think are going to get you through Testify and make you really have some fun with that. Again, it's a feel that we get from moving that right arm. I think if anything, you know, it's worth the price of admission just to get used to muting some of that stuff. So I'm going to play on it and jam it a little bit. Please, everybody, leave us a comment below and let me know what you think. I'm kind of trying a different thing here where we don't necessarily tackle every little 5-minute solo piece, but we get you in the wheelhouse so you can have fun with it. Let us know what you think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Epic Guitar Instruction. We're here for you and your home pleasure. So, thank you so much. I'm going to play it out. I will see you next time, and I really appreciate it.